Hello everyone. I will be now going through some of the Steriking marketing activities that we have done last year. And then I would also like to introduce you our planning for this year. And target, of course, would be now to better align our marketing activities together with you so that we can still further increase our Steriking sales. I will start by showing you shortly our marketing and communications plan for last year. And due to the reasons that you all know, most of the efforts were now put for the digital channels. No physical meetings were able to be arranged. We were putting a lot of development activities for the internet and extranet. And we were also utilizing our e-news, e-learning and social media channels. And I will go them shortly through one by one. If we start from this steriking.com, which is our website publicly available, I would like to remind you that in the download section, marked with number 1 on top of this picture, you can find our product leaflets and also these instructions for use. And they are available there on different languages: English, French, Spanish, German, and Chinese, as well as is of course the whole website. And you can find the flags also there on the top of the screen, where you can easily change the language from one to another. At the bottom of the page, there is the social media wall. And I think this is very beneficial, especially for those people who are not maybe having their own profiles in Instagram or LinkedIn. So you can anyway go to our website and you can see what we have been posting there. And then if we go back to the top menu, there is also links to the Way e-learning portal and to the extranet, which is only available with a password and username for our distributors, so not publicly available for everyone. And on top menu, there are also, of course, the links, little symbols, which are then taking you to our Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube profiles. And the action, actually, what I would like you to do is to make yourself familiar with the content that we have on the website. This is also, anyway, the place where the end users can go. So it's good that you are now aware of what is available there. Then the next channel that I would like to introduce you is the WeCare extranet. Actually, Steriking has already had extranet service available for distributors for over 10 years already. But now, last December, we were renewing the site, partly because we have now started closer cooperation together with Winback under this WeCare brand. And we wanted to also include their products there under the pharmaceutical and medical industry sections. But of course, for you, the Steriking part is the most important one. And there you can find our updated product specifications, our certificates, declarations of conformity, statements, material safety data sheets. And then also on the front page, there is a link to the image bank where we have collected our logos, and those product pictures that you can utilize also in your marketing channels. There is now also some more pictures which you can then use, for example, in the web shops. Also, the Way link is available on the extranet. And here again, I would like to ask you to send me or Pia, steriking@vipac.com, a list of those people in your organizations that would need access to the extranet. We were automatically moving those users from the old system that had been active there during the last 12 months. But if there are people in your organizations that don't yet have an access but would really be able to utilize this system if they only have it, just please let us know those names. And also, as important is that if there are people who have left your companies and you think that they still might have an access here, please let us know also those names, because it's important that we will be able to remove them. And then Way e-learning portal, which I think Yuri also mentioned in the beginning, that's the learning channel for you 24/7. all these e-learning courses that we have been arranging, all these webinar recordings, also the PowerPoints that we have used and the product videos, they are available in this system. And those PowerPoints, you can translate, you can utilize them also for your own presentations. So this is really the kind of material that we wish you to utilize further in your countries. In the top menu, might be worth mentioning the diploma part. So when you have completed certain courses in this system, you can also print out a PDF, a list of all those courses that you have passed, or you can even print it out as a paper copy. And again, make sure that all people in your units who would need to have an access here, who are selling Steriking, should have an access. So please let us know those names and we can allow them the access. Then the e-news. This is also something that we have had in use already for over 10 years, 10, 15 years at least. We are sending the e-news out maybe 3-4 times a year, so not too often, but this is really important for you to go through. There are always few different news articles. We are, of course, introducing all our new products there. If there is any changes in the product portfolio, that's also informed in this e-news. And of course, we are also inviting you to the webinars or to the events, exhibitions that we are taking part, normally utilizing this e-news. Here also, if you think that there are people still in your organizations who don't receive this e-news, please share those names with us and we will add them to the participant list there. And what is also good to mention here is that there are the kind of information in this e-news that you can also use. Of course, there might be some information that is not so public, but of course, when we are launching new products, you can take those information out from the e-news and you can use it, for example, on your own website or in your own customer communication if you have some e-newsletters or similar. Then few words about the social media channels. Steriking is also available on the Instagram. We have been there at least for 1 year now, and I was just checking this week that there are 387 followers for us. And I hope that after this session and tomorrow's webinar, we will have at least 400 followers. So if you have an Instagram account, your own personal one or your company one, please go follow Steriking there. Like and comment our posts. And again, you can utilize also these news postings in your own marketing channels. Topics that we are posting there are a bit lighter, maybe than normally in the customer communication. We are highlighting, of course, the events and the products, but also our people. And I would like to have there also not only VPAC people, Steriking people from our company, but also those people in your organizations who are working with Steriking. So if you could be posting, for example, pictures of the people working for you, maybe with some of our products in an event or even in your office, we would be happy to promote your company also in this channel, highlighting maybe some product which is important for your region, or if you have a good reference hospital from your country, that could be also posted in here, and we could tag your company name there, so getting also more followers for your channels. Of course, we are also utilizing these kind of international days like the Sterile Processing Week or similar, which are relating to our industry, and we are posting also nice, funny items about them. Whereas Wiki is also a monthly posting on the Instagram, so this is relating to the wall calendar and always telling where the Wiki is hiding there. So target is to have the kind of information here that also the hospital users would like to follow up on their free time. So not too professional, but of course there needs to be some kind of subject also behind them. And then another social media channel that we also utilize a lot is the LinkedIn. And there we also have pretty much the same amount of followers than we have on the Instagram. And here also I hope that we will have more people following us when I will go check that number tomorrow. I also wanted to raise up a few of the top locations which the visitors are from. And I believe that it is not a surprise for anyone that Lahti, Finland, is the most busiest place. So 100 followers are coming from this region, and it's of course because we have our Steriking plant here in Nastola, Lahti, Finland. But the next countries there are France, Germany, US, and Netherlands. And now, if you feel in your heart that you could do much better in your country, as you can see, the numbers there are not too high, so it shouldn't be a big problem for you to get at least your people following us on LinkedIn, and then of course spreading the message and trying to get also these end users following Steriking. So what I expect from you is to follow Steriking, like, comment, and share our content, and also preferably add few words on your own language, so you will also get the message really to the people there on the region. Last year, as you can see in the top right corner, there were not too many exhibitions that VPAC was taking place, and all those where we were, they were taking place in the autumn time. We were in PAC Expo, Las Vegas, US in September, and then we also had CMEF in China and World Forum for, was it Hospital Sterile Supply or similar, this WFHSS in Geneva, but that was all. The Health Pack was supposed to be last year, as well as MedTech and also Pharma Pack, but those two events, Health Pack and MedTech, were postponed from last year, and I think Pharma Pack was having something also in 2021, but VPAC decided that we will postpone our attendance for next spring. So if we are looking at the plan for this year, 2022, again, there are not too many exhibitions where we are planning to go. So there are the ones that were postponed. And then, of course, we are also planning to go to the WFHSS Hong Kong in November. But actually, what we currently think is that instead of these big global events, it might be that more visitors will be now slowly starting to go to the more regional events. And also last year, there were some conferences and exhibitions where our distributors were having a stand, and then VPAC was having our sales guys there at the distributor stand, but not having a VPAC stand there. So if you are planning to go to a certain event in your country, it would be good that you inform it to us also in advance. We would be happy to promote you and your attendance there in our social media channels. And if you could be also posting maybe some pictures from there, it would be good to use them also later on, and maybe sharing some greetings from that event with the people following us. This distributor business plan is actually something that I think Yuri will be introducing to you a bit later on. But I wanted to raise it up already in this presentation now, because there is also a section for the marketing activities, and one part there will be these important events. So as you can see from the table, it is not very difficult information that we would expect to get from you. It's enough to know that where is this event taking place, what's the name, when is it going to happen, and who will be attending there. And of course, if there is some key focus products that you would like to highlight, it's important for us to know, then we can also try to support you with some additional material, maybe giveaways or at least the brochures. We can also support you in arranging those translated versions if needed, but then we would need the translation from you, and then we will finalize the PDF brochures so you can print it also in your country. But as you can see, not too difficult information is needed, but just some short details, not even exact days are needed, but at least to know the month, for example, when that event is taking place. And now I will show you some parts already about our marketing and communication plan for this year. This is now listing some of the activities that we have been planning for the first months of this year. As you can see, there are again plenty of these webinars like the one we have today. Also e-news we are planning to post, one you already got, but there is also planned another one at the end of January or maybe beginning of Feb. E-learning will continue, and also for the social media, we are planning to have some videos that we could also offer for you. Maybe the biggest issue from this one table here is this gray-marked multi-channel campaign for the robotic pouches. So we are really trying to now relaunch the product now that we are already ahead with more material. We already got some more references globally, and I think it's good that we will utilize those. And also in many hospitals, it's good to hear who are already using these new innovative pouches and how. But you will get more information very, very soon. And after these sessions, which we will have today and tomorrow, we will also share the complete plan with you. It's good to remember that, of course, time schedules may always change a bit. So what has been planned is maybe not happening in that month, but maybe the month after, or we will be changing, for example, one product for February promotion and then another one for March. But I think this is anyway a good Bible, at least giving you some guidelines and some ideas what is coming there. And again, when you receive it, I would be happy to hear your comments. Maybe you have good ideas on how to better launch a certain product, or maybe promote certain great ways of using our traditional products, which others could also then utilize. For digital media, we also have a similar plan, and there we have decided certain themes that are happening every month. One is the product intro, and these are normally following the products that we have in the Steriking wall calendar. Then we are also raising up those people working behind the Steriking quality. And here, like I mentioned earlier, we would not like to just raise up our own people from VPAC who are working in the production, laboratories, R&D, and so on, but also the people from your organizations. And actually for January, there was the medic that I marked in here that we could highlight. They were one of the companies that were telling me about their social media channels, and we would like to also now push those channels better for the end users. But from all other companies as well, I would like to highlight you as well. So please send us a short introduction, few sentences about your company, how long you have been working with VPAC, a picture of the people with our products. I think this is all the kind of data that we could have here. Then where is Wiki International Days events, and hopefully also this year we will get more of these success stories and reference hospitals, end user feedback that we could highlight. Last year, of course, when it was really difficult to get into the hospitals, to be allowed to have a visit there, it was very, very difficult, but I hope that it's now improving. And whenever you have a chance, please try to remember, take a few pictures, ask if you could mention the hospital name or even people's name, maybe a quote if they have something good to say about our products. I think this is very interesting also for the people who are working, for example, in the CSSDs at the other countries. Then a few special topics that I was also planning to raise up today. One is the product videos that we are now planning to create for Steriking. We have started from the how-to instructional videos for pouches, rolls, and SMX. And I want to now thanks, for example, Jamie and Denise, who have already commented the first drafts. We really wanted to have some feedback also from the people at the distributors who have knowledge about working in the CSSD. The videos were actually photoshoot in a local school. They are educating those people to be working in the CSSD. So we really want to make sure that everything that they do is correctly done and there are no errors in the videos. But I think that it will not take too long that we are able to publish the first video, and then maybe monthly we will be sending out a new one. So please follow your e-news, also our LinkedIn and Instagram profiles and website. We will be communicating about this when they are ready. And after these how-to videos, we have also planned to have really product benefit kind of promotional videos. We already noticed that now when we were making these how-to videos, it is so much information that we could be packing into those. But if the video is only 2 minutes, it's not possible to put too much details there. So we try to have the main content and then maybe also linking our instructions for use these IFU documents into these same postings. And then the benefit videos, they could be a bit more fun, a bit more different, but let's see what we will be able to create. And then these Steriking product pictures, this I also mentioned earlier today. So we have now tried to get photos of all different pouch and rolls, sizes and self-seal and Tyvek pouches and all the versions that we have, so that they could be used, for example, in your e-shops. So when you have different products one by one there next to each other, they would look a bit like each other. Everything is with this kind of a light gray background. These pictures are not meant to be used as a big poster in the exhibition, for example, but really as these small pictures in the ESOPs or tenders. And these are already added to the image card where you have this link on the extranet's front page. So please have a look. If you still notice that something is missing, like I said, we have pictures of pouches and rolls, but there are, of course, plenty of other products that are not now photoshoot, but maybe something that would be really critical for your region. So please let us know. One special theme for 2022, I think also for Steriking, will be sustainability. As you probably all know, Vipag as a company has a target to be CO2 neutral by 2025, and our company has already done a lot of activities to achieve this. There are green energy taken into use, a lot of inline recycling and that kind of activities. Our food colleagues, they have already a full range of recyclable products, products which are having recycled content and also renewable materials in them. In health, because of the regulations, this has been a bit more difficult and slower. But what we have now started is that we have been trying to clarify the current status of recycling in the hospitals. We started a sustainability challenge for the students of Finnish and Danish technical universities last autumn. Topic was how can we minimize the environmental impacts of sterilization packaging and increase recycling of medical packaging waste. Now we have received their reports and now we are going them through with the local hospital and this local operator in the circular economy. We are having a brainstorming session within a few weeks' time, and then we are going to pilot some of those ideas in the local hospital. They are now just building their new operation rooms, and they would really like to test something that could be improving their recycling of medical packaging waste. And as soon as we have something to tell you, we will be communicating all those steps. How is this process proceeding? Another thing that we have also done to clarify the current status of recycling is the sustainability survey. And that was actually started in the WFHSS event in Geneva. And we already got some responses from the visitors there. But now I would like to also share this link with you. And if you already have good knowledge about your local hospitals, how are they recycling different materials, you can fill it in by yourself. But of course, better would be that you would go through this survey with the people from the hospital. And the more responses we get, the better we have the picture. Currently, it seems that not so many hospitals are recycling, or if they are recycling, it's only a small part of the non-contaminated materials. So there could be a lot more that they could do. And I think that when we have this kind of data, that's also then guiding our R&D to the correct direction, and also all the other activities that we are doing as a company. VPAC is also a member in this Sterile Barrier Association, and SBA has also started few projects around this recyclability. One is concerning the guidance, which seems evident in the hospitals that they are really needing to have more guidance on how to recycle, what to do with window bags, what to do with SMS material, and so on. And then another project is concerning this emerging European Union packaging recycling legislation and standards. And actually, the next meeting we will have tomorrow. So there we will also get more input from the different countries, from the different companies, and from different hospitals. And that's also helping us then on our way towards sustainability in health. Few things that we already have available. One is this CO2 statement, specifically created for the health, and that's available on the extranet. If you go there to the documentation part, you can find it there and utilize it. Maybe in some tenders, it's needed to have evidence on what are the activities that have been done. And as we are now in a marketing webinar, I would also try to mention that now we are also trying to promote our activities better than we have done in the past, because there are already a lot of things that have been done. Also a lot of recyclable products in the range, especially on the MDI side, but also some on the Steriking side. But we have not maybe highlighted them enough. And now we are trying to improve and make it better. And now here I would like to summarize maybe key findings or the key activities that I would hope that will start now after this session. So like I mentioned in the beginning, target of this webinar is also that we would now start better aligning our marketing activities. So what we are doing here at the VPAC side, you could also utilize then in your marketing. So make yourself familiar with the communication plan as soon as we will share it with you. If you have good ideas on how we could better promote, for example, certain product, or you have excellent references about something, please let us know. I'm sure that when we are having our marketing efforts supporting each other, we will have better, higher growth rates for Steriking sales at VPAC, but also at your company. So that should be a win-win for both of us. We hope that you would be sharing information about your exhibition attendance, all these reference hospital cases, any end user feedback with photos, and of course, this short introduction of your company so that we could be highlighting your efforts also in our channels. And then maybe the easiest one to do is this, that you start following Steriking, liking our posts and commenting them, both in LinkedIn and Instagram. And then if there is changes in these people's names who should be having an access to extranet, way or e-news, send those names to us. And here I also want to highlight the Steriking brand manual. This is something that we haven't had in the past, but we are now preparing. It's not only giving the guidelines on how to use the Steriking logo and the slogan and the wiki character, but we are also trying to collect there some good examples, best practices, what you have already done as our distributors, how you have utilized Steriking brand or the wiki in your marketing. So that will be available. Maybe if I promise in 1 month time, I'm not lying too much. And here at the end, now we are close to the end of my part, so we will have time for some discussion and questions and comments, but I wanted to just summarize those important links that I've been going through today, and also highlighting our small marketing core team, so me and Pia. Don't hesitate to contact either of us if you have any questions, if you have requests for certain material, or if you have this kind of photos or references that you would like us to also utilize. Now I'm free for any questions or comments that you would have. I'm checking the chat, but not seeing anything there yet. What is your feeling? Do you agree with what I'm trying to present here, or Jamie, would you like to?
Hi, Lena, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Very well done on your presentation. Anyway, it's great to see you guys are putting so much effort into this, because I think it's something that's very important going forward for you guys and everybody involved. I kind of had a little bit of an idea around your SurveyMonkey sustainability survey. What I'd really like to see is actually a pack put together for distributors themselves with all the information, with all the guidelines, so we can, and your survey, maybe in a printed format, so we can actually distribute to our clients to get them to actually fill them out themselves. It creates a lot of engagement with personal clients and things like that as well. It would also highlight a few of the products that you guys want to promote in the next couple of months and weeks as well. So I think if it was possible, to maybe put together some sort of WePack, Steriking branded pack, to actually for us to distribute to our clients, I think it'd be a really good idea, and it would really actually promote the engagement of the distributors to the clients as well. And it means you'd be able to get straight feedback from each individual facility, and it means that they also might actually agree to certain promotions, if you know what I mean, because they're giving the information to you. You might have a section on it that says, would you possibly take some photos and post it on our Instagram page to show what products you're using, for example, and it would get around the kind of GDPR aspect of it, which is quite prevalent here in Ireland for sure. But I think the actual engagement process with the people, and it actually actively shows that the distributors are trying to promote the sustainability aspect of this as well, which would really, it's something that other brands aren't doing, and I think it's something that we should really try and promote an awful lot more, because it's really innovative. And Steriking, from what I can see, as opposed to other companies that are in competition, are really the ones pushing the boat out to try and make these big efforts for these really important facilities, you know. So it's just a little idea, but it might be something to go with.
Very good idea, Jamie. Thank you. That was something that we will absolutely take onto our agenda. And I will also try to put these links now at least to the chat box here, and you will also get the material, so at least you have the links and the digital format, but the printed material that we also have to evaluate. And concerning this robotic pouches, actually we are now planning for preparing you the kind of a package, samples, brochures, cover letters, all those things to support robotic pouches sales. Anyone else? Trying to check if there is any questions. No, not in the chat box. Is there anyone else who would like to share some ideas, comments, wishes, what you would like to get? No? At least I can now try to stop presenting, and I will put now those links to the chat box. Let's see. So now you should have in the chat this link to the survey. So you can at least have a look on what kind of questions we have had there. And if you already have the kind of information from your country that you would like to put in, we'll feel welcome. And then I will also share another link. This is actually a very short Steriking Marketing survey with 4 questions. So I'm trying to get information from you. Which are the channels that you are already using from the Steriking Marketing channels that I was just presenting, and then also asking for your comments. So if you don't wish to now share it with everyone here in the meeting, you can also answer this survey anonymously and give your comments and feedback there. Align our marketing and grow the Steriking sales. That's the target for 2022. Thank you and bye-bye.